Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for week 2 of our New Japan G1 Climax 33 recap. This week we are going through night 6 to 9. We've had a few more interesting matches, a few more matches that were not as interesting, and we got our first elimination officially of the tournament. So we're going to continue with the same format we did last time. We're going to talk about who's impressed us, who's disappointed us, who has, our top 3 matches of this week's tournament. So with that, we got Campo Reviews back with us one more time, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling. Go check out his channel. He has a review for Secret Wars out. He has a review for Oppenheimer, and Barbie's coming out as well, correct? So I'll leave the link to his channel down in the description box below. Make sure you go check out those reviews after you check out this review. So Campo, week 2 of the G1 tournament. Not as interesting as the first one for me.
I mean, no. Can I plug something?
Sure.
If you're ever in Toronto, stop by my restaurant. It's called Titanic Subs.
Oh, too soon.
The best one is called Implosion. So it's for your butthole.
Extra pickles.
I mean, yeah, it was an odd week, to say the very least.
Yeah. The second week usually is. The next week is when you're going to get your big matches.
The last 3 matches. I know we talk about that a lot, but it's always the last 3 matches for everybody that matter.
Yes.
That's freaking something in my eye. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. This is but I mean, okay, so let's talk about some of our favorite matches of this week. Let's talk, you know what? Because I know this is going to be on both our lists. Let's talk about Sonata versus Kiyomiya.
Okay, Sonata versus Kiyomiya.
The one that ended with 2 seconds left on the time clock.
It was the best match. So
far, it's been so far that's been the best match of the tournament.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So far,
that's pretty fair. Yeah, it's solid, really solid match.
This was the best I've seen Sonata in a long time
since Okada.
Yeah,
Sonata Okada.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Spoilers for that was my number 1.
Yeah. Okay, so if that was your number 1, name some of the other matches maybe you thought were.
Well, I had number 3. I had Ishii versus Kingston. I don't know how Eddie Kingston keeps having good matches, but I think the structure of the match felt hard hitting. There was a lot of play to the outside, which is not normal for an Eddie Kingston match. Usually it just stays with just chops in the middle of the ring for 10 minutes. And then the finish, because I don't think anyone expected Ishii to win again. Yeah, and it was like, he's on a hot streak of beating people where you don't think he's going to win lately.
Yeah, war, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? I thought it was the kind of match that pulls you in. Like, you start off and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch this. And then slowly you keep getting pulled more and more in. And it was a really good match.
Yeah.
Which is hard to say with Eddie Kingston.
Kingston.
I know, but last week we did have one as well. What about you?
I want to go with I enjoyed I wouldn't call it a match because the actual match didn't last very long, but Kenta versus ELP.
Yeah, Kenta versus ELP.
Like, the match really was only about 20-25 seconds, but what they did outside of the ring, the story they were telling about the whole Bullet Club thing, I really enjoyed that.
It was really close to being on my honorable mentions. The only reason I didn't put it is because I felt like I was getting too many. This week was a lot heavier on top end stuff.
Yeah.
But also a lot heavier on bottom end stuff than the first week, where there was a more like mid-tier.
Yeah, that was my number 3.
Okay, my number 2 is Jeff Cobb versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that was really good.
We've been waiting for this match to come back. This is I think the 3rd time that they faced each other now. Yeah, and there's beef between them.
This is the 2nd time they've faced since this is the next time they faced since he lost that TV championship match. And that was the whole story too. The TV championship match was only 15 minutes. He goes, if I had 5 minutes more, I would have beaten you. And sure enough, he had more time and he did beat him.
And that's really long-term storytelling again. And I think it's done subtly. If you're not paying attention, you wouldn't even realize that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is for the people that are really paying attention, these little details. And I thought it was such a well executed match. Zack Sabre
Yeah.
Jr. I'll hesitate to say he's been the best wrestler because he won't be on my best wrestler. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But he has easily been in the top 3, top 5 since the very beginning of this tournament.
Yeah.
And Jeff Cobb has also been really good.
Jeff Cobb has really impressed me. He has been so far, he's been my, I don't think he's going to win it, but I think for me at this point, he may be my MVP of the tournament.
That's completely fair. Completely
Like
fair.
he's
I would not
really
argue that.
impressed me. He was someone I was not expecting. Well, I guess this leads to who's our best performer of this week. For me, before we get into that, I'm going to say my second favorite match was the Okada versus Osprey match.
Okay, so see, I had that on my honorable mentions.
Whereas I had Cobb and Sabre on mine.
Actually, you know what? That didn't even make my honorable mentions. That went like the ELP route. And I'll tell you why. Because it's not that it was a bad match. It was, I expect such a good match from those two that watching didn't like pull me in.
Okay.
It was like, okay, we're just watching this again for like the 6th time Osprey
Yeah.
versus Okada, you know?
Okay.
And it wasn't like
Fair enough.
the equivalent of their other matches. Here, before we go into that, I'll just give you what I had because
Sure.
I'm gonna forget. Osprey versus Great O'Khan.
Yes, that was on my honorable mention list as well.
Did I go through?
Yeah, you went Osprey versus Great O'Khan.
No, I'm lagging like crazy.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I hear you fine on my end. Don't worry.
Okay, so also Owens versus Shota was really good.
Yeah, that was Shota's first win.
And like Owens has been really good lately.
Yeah.
And Kiyomiya versus Gabriel Kidd was fantastic.
That was. I actually enjoyed Shingo versus Mikey Nichols too.
Okay, and I'll give it that, but that's gonna lead to something else. So we'll get there when we get there, but
we'll get there when we get there. Okay, that's fine.
I agree with you. I thought that match was pretty well done.
Yeah. So who's so far impressed you now in this, now that 2 weeks are down? Who is impressing? Who's disappointing?
Are we talking best first?
Yeah.
The best wrestler for me, okay, it's Will Ospreay, but I don't want to say Will Ospreay again, so I'm gonna say Kiyomiya.
Yeah, I'll agree to you with that. I would toss it up between Kiyomiya and Evil.
Yeah, I told you. That's what I said last week. Every match by Evil has been surprisingly decent.
Has been surprisingly good, and this week I'll go with Evil.
Yeah, that's fair. I just think both Kiyomiya matches are on my top three. So like, or in the honorable mentions. So it's like I said, we named 8 matches that were top. So it's like there's been like some really good stuff here. What do you want to do next?
Well, I mean, who, like, for me, and the person who's impressing me more is Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb is really putting on a showing on this, and I'm really impressed with Jeff Cobb. I
like I said, Jeff Cobb can't go wrong. My most surprising is Shane Haste.
Yeah,
I think that it's like both matches were solid. And it's after last week where we were kind of down on him to like, even though he did have one of the good matches.
Yeah.
It still was like, I was like, oh, okay. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Shane Haste got a win over Naito.
Yeah.
Which was surprising. So
that's why, and that match was good. That match was legitimately
really
good.
It was a really good match as well. There was like the good matches were good, but the not so good matches, like for example, like the Yano versus Tanahashi.
Yano versus Tanahashi is my worst match.
Yeah, I got that too.
Like so bad, it's almost unwatchable.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So that is what that is. My most disappointing match. We'll stay with this before we go back over. Ren Narita versus Hikuleo.
Yeah.
You want to know something? I borderline almost put Ren Narita versus what was his other match?
What else did he have against?
Oh my gosh, it was against a good wrestler.
I have it all here. We had
it was on night
Narita versus Hikuleo, which is night 7, and night 9 you had
Oh yeah, night 9. So I said night
It was
3.
Narita versus Sonata.
Yeah, I didn't particularly like that match.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Um,
bad. Like it wasn't a doo-doo match, but it was like for Ren Narita versus Sonata, it should have been way better.
yeah, I feel like they're doing Ren Narita dirty this tournament.
Yeah, he's has like he's like 1-3.
Yeah, when we'll put up the standings, he's not eliminated yet, but when I put up the standings, I'll show you who's been.
I'm confused. Like we had a lot of predictions coming out of this group specifically, and it's turned like really odd. Most surprising match for me, ELP versus Tongaloa,
That
because
one was actually
I was
yeah.
really down on Tongaloa last week. So to
Um,
have, and we said ELP was our most disappointing wrestler last
yeah,
week.
and now he's picked it up. So I think let's add a new category this week. Who's our most improved?
ELP.
ELP, yeah, absolutely. I think we're in agreement to that. Disappointing so far. It's Narita, you said Tanahashi. For me, my most disappointing is Great Khan. It's a tie. Great Khan and Hanare.
Just okay. Match wise, I can't knock either of them.
No.
But storyline wise,
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree because I don't understand how you came out of the gate making Hanare look like a monster, and now he's just losing every match.
Yeah.
And Great
On the
Khan
cut.
is too high up in your hierarchy of wrestlers to be performing the way that they have him performing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else do we got here? And the best wrestler of the tournament is you said that Kiyomiya
Yeah, we have
already.
worst wrestlers. What's
Yeah.
remaining?
Mine is still going to Toriano.
It's going to him too, but because I have to pick someone else, I'm going to say Mikey Nichols, and I'll tell you why. It's not because that match was bad, like the match you were talking about. It's because he felt like he was being carried through that match.
Yeah,
Like
you know what?
he didn't look bad, but I feel like if you put him in there with somebody else, it wouldn't have been the same outcome. And then because his second match or his first one, whatever the other match he had this week was awful.
Yeah, you know what? I'll change it up. I mean, just to change it up, I'll put Alex Coughlin because
that was my next choice. That was
because
choice.
he's doing nowhere near as well as Gabriel Kidd's doing.
And the stories that he's telling are garbage. Like Gabriel Kidd is, at least whether or not you like him, which I don't, is every match is like some kind of story building for like, oh, I'm gonna have beef with you in the future. Coughlin just comes in, kicks somebody's ass, and then ends up losing in the end.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and the thing is, that group, you have Cobb, Saber Jr., Naito, Tanahashi, and Goto. They're the 5 most believable guys that can come out of that group. You throw in Shane Haste, he's been throwing an upset here and there, so now he's a little bit believable too. But Coughlin and Yano, they're not believable that you can win it. And I watched, we're recording this on the Sunday afternoon, and I watched this morning's already G1. So
I have not.
Yeah, I have. And yeah, there's a couple more eliminations. Okay, so who's been your most improved? ELP, we mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Who has impressed you the most?
I don't know. That's a hard one. To be honest with you, I think every Kenta match is good.
Yeah, even though the record doesn't show it, every Kenta match has been a really good. Even that ELP match,
but it's hard because he's already good, so that's not like saying much about him. I don't know. That's a really hard one because everyone that we think is good is actually a good wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ishii, maybe Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, because I can go with Eddie Kingston only because of the fact that we weren't expecting much, and I don't think Eddie Kingston might actually come out of this group in second place. He still has to face Evil, right?
When I saw you, I mean, remember last week you said, oh my gosh, you were saying that Eddie Kingston is going to be the second person out of that group, and I was like, no, I have to agree with you now. And yeah.
He did lose to Evil, but he has a match against who does he have left? Kingston has a match against Finley next. I think he's going to beat Finley.
I think so too. And I think they're going to turn that into a story.
Yeah, I think he's going to win the next 2 matches. Finley and Tonga he'll beat, and because he has that win over Finley, he'll take that second spot over Evil.
I think at an upcoming pay-per-view, you're gonna get Eddie Kingston versus Finley
Yeah.
for belt for belt. Like whoever wins gets both belts, and David Finley will win. Like I
Yeah.
can kind of see that being.
And I don't see Evil's his first loss is probably going to be against Shingo.
Yeah.
So that
Well, okay. Well, we got nothing here. Let's do
yeah,
standings.
let's go to the standings. So with that out of the way, we are going to the standings. Got them all up ready for us this time. No Liv Morgan gift this time.
Nice.
So I add a little bit more to the standing list here. So we are color coding once someone is eliminated, the winner of the group and the runner up. And as you can see here, we've already got 2 eliminations. Which Great O'Con being the first guy eliminated is very surprising. Nobody doubted this one. You knew this was going to happen.
I think he's going to get one win, and it's going to be the oddest win.
Well,
it's going to be like him cheating to beat Jeff Cobb.
Spoiler alert today, that's happened.
Is it against Jeff Cobb?
It's against Jeff Cobb, yeah.
I knew it. I fucking knew it because it was tape. He taped him to something, right?
Yeah, it was like it lasted like a minute 40.
Yeah,
typical Toriano shenanigans.
Literally knew it.
Yeah,
it
typical.
had to be. Yeah, because he needs to take a loss. In your head, it's like G1 booking. He needed to take a loss.
Yeah,
and Yano getting a win doesn't help anyone.
No. So Jeff Cobb, like you said,
and it would be by through cheating.
Yes, absolutely. I can even show you. I already have today's thing updated as well. But this group here.
No updates. No updates.
No. That's the only spoiler I'll give. Narita is still part of this, though. That's the thing. He could still take second place.
I don't know what kind of story they're trying to tell in this box anymore.
I think everybody here is going to end up with 6 points. Everybody.
But this is the thing, like, how do they make it so that the wins against each other balance out so that nobody advances?
Because there's been too many ties in this group.
Right? And it's like, so somebody has to beat somebody to make it. It's going to be like a tie 6-6-6-6-6-6-6, and Kiyomiya's going to go through because he has wins over everybody.
Everybody except Narita. He has a tie against Shota Umino.
And he has a tie against someone else, right?
Nope.
Yeah, he has 2 ties.
Yeah. I think Narita is the other tie. No,
I don't.
Was it Shota Umino and Gabe Kidd that went to a tie?
Maybe. I don't remember. There's so much matches. We shouldn't even waste our time speculating that.
But yeah, this is gonna be a strange group here. This one too. This one is a very tight group too. I honestly think it's gonna be Finley and Kingston coming out of this group.
I agree with that. That seems fair. I mean, I think they're trying to tell some kind of storyline here with Evil and Finley, where the House of Torture is going to leave Bullet Club and become like a foe for them. Like
he's gonna kick him out of the group completely. Yeah,
and then he's gonna House of Torture is gonna just keep fighting with them for a while.
Yeah, I agree here too. And this one, the clear-cut winner here, I think they're gonna push Jeff Cobb to the moon here. I think he's winning the group.
Yeah, I think it's Cobb and Sabre Jr. I no longer think Naito's coming out of this group.
No. Naito, when he took the loss to Shane Haste, I kind of thought that's it for him.
Yeah, it was an odd loss too because it doesn't do anything because Shane Haste obviously not making it out of this group.
But see, now all these guys are tied for 4 points. Right? So, mind you, I know all the updated stats, so I know.
Spoilers.
No spoilers. You have to tune in next Monday for that one. But yeah, it's getting tighter here. And I still think I'm going with who did we say last week was going to win it all? Did we say Ospreay was winning? I'm debating that now. I think maybe Finley might be taking this.
But if Finley does, it has to be Finley versus Ospreay in the finals.
Yes.
Which I believe it would be if it.
I think they're ready. We haven't had a Gaijin winner for since Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah, who's the only one?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, did Hogan win one?
No. But yeah, so I think we're due for another Gaijin winner. So that might be a thing. And I know Cobb is being pushed, and I know Finley is being pushed. Unless we get a Kiyomiya,
Okay,
I would.
hold on. Let's just look at this for a second. You have potential to have two Gaijins in C,
Yeah,
a Gaijin in B, and two Gaijins in D make it out.
that's why I don't think Saber Jr. is making out of this group.
You
We
think
haven't
it's
had we haven't had Saber Jr. versus Naito yet, did we?
I don't think so. And
No.
that's like a beef match from last tournament too.
Yep. So we haven't had Naito face Tanahashi yet either.
I mean,
I might
yeah,
I
Naito
might
still has 3 matches left.
yes, after today's matches.
No, well, is he in today's matches?
Yeah, he's in today's
Okay, so
matches.
he has 2 more after today.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, there's always that. This is hard, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, you can't. I don't. No one can take out Osprey or Okada. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
Th-
then Jeff Cobb is gonna happen. It's already like with 8 points, he's basically already in.
Yeah. Sonata's already through as well.
Yeah, Sonata. Yeah, with those 5. So I would say the hardest one to pick here is gonna be Group C
Yeah.
because I don't know how Tama Tonga has 3 wins. All of
Yeah.
his matches have been so mediocre, and it's like he just keeps winning.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. Tama Tonga has not impressed. The only good match he's had was that match against Finley for me.
Yeah, and it was still wasn't like Finley hasn't had any great matches either.
Yeah. Yeah, Tonga lost to Evil, but he beat Finley, Ishii, and Nichols.
Yeah, like someone explain.
Yeah,
I am confusion.
I am confusion. And Kiyomiya's 2 ties, they were to Umino and Gabe Kidd. I was right. He
I
beat
mean, yeah.
Suji, he beat Owens, and he lost to Sonata.
By the end of the tournament, I think Yoda Tsuji has a good chance of being the most disappointing wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah, that match against Hikuleo was pretty bad.
it was. It was. And he lost that match too, when that he should have won that match, I think.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you need to push Hikuleo right now.
no, he's still too young. Like
He has a lot to do still. Like, and his character, you can easily make him dominant. All you have to do is put him on a winning streak, and because he's so big, people will buy it right away.
yeah. But same thing with Yoda Tsuji. But Yoda Tsuji needs to absolutely destroy. He comes out looking like a monster, and he ends the match looking like a little wimp.
He does that in every match, though. I'm noticing.
Yeah,
If you look at his breakdown of his career matches so far in New Japan since he's come back, he has way more losses. He has like 1 win and 6 losses.
yeah. Like in this tournament alone, he's what? He's 1-3 and 1.
1-3-1.
Yeah. So he lost to Sonata, which makes sense. That's the second time he's lost to
A lot of
Sonata.
Sonata.
Yeah. He's beaten Owens. He lost to Hikuleo. He had a tie against Narita, which I'm fine with, and then he lost to Kiyomiya in this tournament. So, but the thing is, they can't make Kiyomiya look bad either, right?
Well, they immediately, this is the one thing I don't like, but I thought the match was very entertaining. I don't like that they immediately went in and told another Kiyomiya versus Okada story by having the shoot match outside the ring.
Yes, kind of like what they did with yeah.
Right? Because now you know what's going to happen. Bullet Club is probably going to invade Noah. And then there's going to be Kiyomiya is going to put together a group or something that's going to fight back against them.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Other than that, that's the updated standings, guys. Let us know in the comments below who you think is coming out of this tournament as the winner, because after these standings, a lot of things have changed. So it's going to go in a different direction. So with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. Make sure you tune in every Monday until the finale for the G1 for all your updates, all your recap on the G1. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our monthly state. It's for July, but it's happening on August 1st. So
Too bad.
we'll probably do another one. And tonight is NXT's Great American Bash. And next weekend is Summerfest Slam.
Summerfest Slam in Detroit.
Summerfest in Detroit, the shittiest city in America.
Shitty city.
Shitty city. Shitty walk. So with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you all next time. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.